it's not too bad, is it? No.
It's so much more easy when you can walk.
That's right. You save so much time.
Good afternoon and welcome to the final session of the 2018 European Canoe Marathon Championships. We are broadcasting and we are on here from Metković, which in Croatia. And in front of us is the Neretva River, and we will see and experience 29.8 kilometers of K2 men paddling. Jim.
Yes, good afternoon everybody. I hope you've been enjoying the programs over the weekend. This is the final sessions, so I will run over the course in a minute, but I hope you to see everybody enjoying themselves this afternoon.
Yes, and it's a wonderful valley here, and we will have a tourist expos over this now from the tourist information agency here in Metković. And I think it's worth it. It's a wonderful valley, and the river is great, and the people are friendly, and everything is fine. So let's have a tourist video. wonderful valley, this Neretva Valley in Croatia, on the border of Bosnia-Herzegovina. The border is actually just 500 meters from us here, alongside upstreams the river. And in front of us now is the course. It's quite a straightforward course, Jim. It's not a difficult task to paddle here. Good conditions, and here is the animation of it. And keep on now, because this is rapid. Starting there in front of us, up to the first bottom turn, and then down again. The second lap that is red, and that is actually the third lap, because here's the portage, 200 meters to run, and then after 7 laps they are back for the short lap and finish. The short lap is 1,000 meters. A very quick animation, but that is how it is. Quite a straightforward course here.
Yes, that's right. As they're paddling downstream, not much flow on the river, so it's fairly even right across the river, 100 meters or so wide. The river bends around to the left, as you've seen on the map there, so advantage to being on the left-hand side if you want to take a straight line.
On the other hand, the flow should be a little bit stronger on that side, so that's how they have counted it. We have quite an interesting setup of paddlers here. It's 18 boats, 18 K2s, starting within a couple of minutes now. On the inner side here you see Isak Forsberg and Kalle Brodén from Sweden, and then I think we should look for 665 there. That is Laurence Miguel and Louis Perez from France, that has the bronze medal last year. Spain. From Spain, yes, of course. Sorry. And then continuing there, also the Hungary, of course, Adrian Boros and Laszlo Solti, the winner last year, the European champions, boat number 671. Other interesting names, they are here, everyone from last year except for Walter Busan and Alvaro Fernandez. Busan retired after the Europeans last year.
Right.
We remember that. It was a wonderful event where he had his final medal. But other interesting boats and names here is France, actually, with boat number 663, Lucas Edwin and Stéphane Boulanger. Stéphane Boulanger was fourth last year, then paddling together with Jeremy Candy, who is now doing it with Urban Quentin in boat 76. So France, two very, very good boats, 663 and 676. Watch them. They have had quite a bad luck this year, and we can come back to that, and I think that they are eager to be successful here. Boat 668 is Portugal with José Ramalho that won yesterday together here with Ricardo Carvalho. They had a not so good race last year where they finished 8th. I think they want to do better here. Amazing that Ramalho is doing it once again today after his very, very big victory yesterday. We also have the other Hungarian crew with Marton Mesaros and Gabor Aranyasi. We recognized also them from previous years, having done quite a lot of marathon racing and successful racing over the years. In the start, in the first couple of laps, we will also see Italy, Vincenzo Filippi and Alessandro Bonassina, and maybe they can manage to stay in the group for the entire race now. They used to be quick.
Yes, that's right. They've always been up front, pushing the start. Pushing not necessarily the start, but pushing the front of the race. But up to now, they've never lasted the course at that sort of speed. So I guess for them, it's a balance between working really hard to start with, but still being there towards the end. But it's a very strong field we got here today, Stefan.
It is.
Yeah.
And another interesting combination is Joakim Lindberg and Emil Svensson. Joakim Lindberg had a not so good day yesterday, but we saw him in Portugal end of May, and there he did very well until he sunk in the K1 race there. Joakim Lindberg there from Sweden, together with Emil Svensson, also Sweden of course, and Bråviken, one of the main clubs there.
Yep. And the Hungarian boat, the Norwegian boat, Morten Mind, he had some bad luck yesterday by falling in and had to pull out of the race. So he'll be very keen not to make the same mistake again.
Yes, and that is 667. And then we have been through almost the entire start list.
Yep.
So it will be a very open affair, I think, and we will see a big group. Yeah. Maybe all of them actually to start with.
Yeah, the GB boat of Magnus Gregory and Charlie Smith. They're very young lads in their first couple of years in the senior racing, so we'll see how they get on. Big test for them, and also James Russell and Lewis Duffield in the 226.
The same goes and the same goes for 661. They are the Swedish couple, Isak Forsberg and Carl Brodén. Carl Brodén that actually is still a junior. Belgium, Baud Kams and Dan Cox is centered here, both 670. And Denmark, we have mentioned Denmark yet, 675, Mads Holm and Jonathan Dagnes Hansen, also youngsters doing K2 for Denmark here today. The other Danish boat, 677, is Emil Kramer and Rasmus Madsen.
So a couple of minutes to go now to the start, and if nobody's seen this up to date so far, you'll see that the starting gate system that we've got here is different to the usual pontoon. This is a sprint course type starting gate, held up by the pressure of air, and you see it's just risen there just to show you almost like a demonstration really, and the boats have been called forward by the starter selected order down to the start in a minute.
The lowest number on our side of the river. The only two boats we haven't mentioned yet is 678 Czech Republic with Matus Pavlik and Thomas Pavlik. Matus Pavlik, we saw him last year finishing 15 in K1, but in K2 actually, but not together with Thomas. Thomas is new to us. They might be brothers. We made a mistake yesterday on that. We were cousins instead of brothers. Yeah. Two other lads out there, but anyway, relatives, obviously. And 679 then, both 679 is Ukraine, with Valery Ryabov and Dmitro Billy. That's all of them. Once again, look for Adrian Boros and Laszlo Solti, Hungary, 671. Ramalho and Carvalho from Portugal, 668. And of course the second Hungarian, Mesharos and Arionasi, 673. And Spain, with Miguel Lawrence and Luis Perez, 665.
Just looks as though the Swedish boat, Stefan, on 661 doesn't seem to be on the start line. And they're away.
They are. And as expected, it is France starting very quick here. It's Lucas Edwin and Stéphane Boulanger. We saw Stéphane Boulanger taking the initiative in the K1 race yesterday, as he did do here. But also the Great Britain boat is moving really fast here. Yeah. It's Magnus Gregory and Charles Smith. And I think they are in the lead now. Together with Stéphane Boulanger forming a right-hand side group there, moving into the French, and they will squeeze Hungary and some others there. But I think it will be quite okay because the speed is high and they are experienced.
Really good start by the British youngsters there.
Absolutely so. Both the British team are there now on the wash of France, letting France do the job, and Great Britain just wash hanging out from the start. And as expected, everyone is there. You can see Spain on the wash there. It was José Julián and Miguel Fernandez, 664 on the diamond wash. All of them together. Ukraine is alone out there on the left-hand side on the screen, trying to get into the group.
So the river bends from all the way down the course round to the left. They're just going past the boys on the short lap.
Still France in the lead. We saw Stéphane Boulanger doing exactly the same yesterday. He did most of the work actually in the K1 race, and then was without the medal in the far end.
Yeah.
Finishing fourth. Seemingly not affected by the hard job yesterday, because he's going fast, really fast, in the excellent conditions here this afternoon.
Yeah, we're surprised actually, Stefan, because the word has been that we're likely to get very bumpy in the afternoon, but today we haven't had that. So it's been pretty good conditions out there for the boys, and it's very pleasing for me to see the two British boats on Bollinger's wash. Very nice.
Also Sweden was there in the middle, I think. That must have been Lindberg and Svensson.
Yep.
Spreading out a little bit. Riding the V-wash, as you saw from the drone.
So this is a shot from the camera on the bank by the bottom turn. Bearing in mind, of course, these boys are all doing 8 laps, 6 portages in this race. 8 laps, 6 portages.
They're doing almost 10 kilometers before the first portage. So plenty of time for them to create a good position for themselves.
You notice in the bottom corner on the screen the lap counter telling you that they're in lane lap 1 of 8. And the running time of 3:45. I think that the second boat out on the left-hand side, I'm pretty certain that's the Portuguese, Stefan, with
the diamond wash there, absolutely. Moving fast there now is José Ramalho and Ricardo Carvalho, trying to create a good position for themselves, but in the lead Spain now. Spain, Julián José and Miguel Fernandez. We saw José Julián doing the same yesterday as well in K1. Yeah. Did very well in the first couple of laps. And the British guys are wash hanging excellently there. Nice and easy. Magnus Gregory and Charles Smith.
Got the Ukrainians on this side, on the outside in the blue tops with a yellow stripe down the side. So it's Spain leading round that bottom turn for the first time. You see the boys are pretty sturdy ones. They're half a metre diameter, and clearly you don't want to be bashing into one of those. So a good sweep round, no problems at all in the leading groups going around that first bottom turn. So
Spain, José Julián Miguel Fernández, followed by Portugal.
Yeah. And the two British boats.
Do you know why?
Yes.
Why?
Tough start from the young British crews.
Yeah, did very well, very well. Magnus is a very good 1,000-metre paddler, and he was able to show that off the start there.
And I think it's Quentin Urban and Jeremy Candy from France that is riding the Diamond Wash behind, between the Brits, together with Ukraine.
You notice the riverbanks are full of reeds. That's basically it's a nature reserve, and not allowed to cut those reeds down, which is obviously a wonderful thing for the inhabitants of the reeds, but a bit frustrating for the people who are trying to do the television shots. So you've got a very good shot there of reeds, but not a lot of paddlers. But they soon come back out of that, and they've got very good camera positions up the course, so you can pick them out as they go up to the top turn for the first time.
We haven't seen Hungary yet. Adrian Boris and Laszlo Solti, we know they sometimes are slow starters, but in the far end of the race, usually they are on medal positions.
Yeah. I think that's that's a tactical move, Stefan. It's not that they're not fast starters, that they choose not to be. That branchy part there gives you an indication it's about 400 metres to the beginning of the portage. So as they go past there, about 400 metres to the portage area.
All of them well together. Now in the middle, in the back middle of the field there, beside the British guys with the red and blue stripes on their shirt is Boros and Solti. Still Spain, Julián and Fernández leading.
So 13, 14 boats in that leading group, well strung out of course, because they're choosing to paddle right into the bank. Next four not very far behind at the moment. So quite tightly packed in this first lap.
All of them together. 17 boats started, 14 in the top group, so they are staying well together, all of them, as expected actually. It's an open affair this, many good paddlers.
Quite a good crowd on the banks this Sunday afternoon. Didn't see too many of them this morning because they were celebrating the victory in the football overnight. So the manageress in the hotel where we're staying actually went to bed at 6 and got up at about 2 o'clock, I think.
Relaxed paddling there from France, Julian Fernandez. Ramalho Carvalho was hanging excellently. So Ramalho managing the race very, very skillfully yesterday, tactically.
Magnus Gregory leading on the inner side, position 3 or 4. Russell and Duffield just in the V-wash behind them. So that's a shot now from the road bridge, which they'll be turning round under in a minute, downstream looking at the portage. So that where it juts out from the concrete wall is actually the portage point. So we're just above the boats as they go past us now.
Just close it.
I will tell Branko.
Okay.
That's what I asked him.
Okay.
Not us, somebody.
Okay.
We're on the under the blue tents on the left-hand side on the bank there. Everybody looking pretty happy at the moment in that group, and lots of smiles. Right, so we're coming to the first turn. This might sort a few out. And be careful with the boys. You know, over this weekend we've only had one boat that's actually gone inside a buoy. So it's been pretty good, really.
Great atmosphere in the big group passing us here. They're shouting to each other on many different languages. We heard Spanish, English, Croatian, maybe French. Talking to each other, shouting to each other, trying to fix positions.
Ukrainian boat just going past us now. So we had 4 in that leading group round that turn. But Boris is coming back to on the outside wash.
This is the British team that is making a move now. Magnus Gregory and Charles Smith. And France, Edwin Lucas and Stéphane Boulanger.
And just off the back in the 5th position, it's
Solti Boros.
Boros, yeah.
And also Ramalho Carvalho. That's the top group. Magnus Gregory, Charles Smith doing the job in front, followed by Spain. José Julián Miguel Fernandez, Edwin Lucas, Stéphane Boulanger from France, Erjan Boros and Laszlo Solti from Hungary, and José Ramalho and Ricardo Carvalho from Portugal. And that is the top group now. And it's it was a bit spread out around the bend here, around the turn. The speed was high when they were passing us, and they were shouting to each other and doing tactical efforts, all of them fixing positions for themselves, and it paid off for these 5 boats.
So we've got Gregory and Smith leading the group in the yellow boat. Just eased off now, but they'll be very happy to be in that leading group of 5 at this stage.
Couldn't see any Swedish boats at all. Maybe both of them has already
Well,
given up, and or they didn't start.
I don't think 661 started, Stefan. Picking out the second and third groups. As far as identifying the boats, we're only working on exactly the same screen as you are, those watching at home. So
I think it was the young Danes there. Denmark in this race with 2 young K2s.
Gentleman there who's wants to join the dancing group by the looks of it.
Soon back to quite a big group once again. Naturally, we had some very good boats in the second group after the turn. There will be up to 8 or 10 boats now when Portugal is leading. Portugal, Spain, France, Great Britain,
Yep. I think that's the Italian boat.
Yeah, it's
in the blue top on
Italy
the far
as well.
side.
Yeah, it's Filippo Vincenzi and Alessandro Bonassina from Italy, who has also joined. Exactly the opposite as we predicted. They weren't among the top guys in the start, but now they are there.
Maybe they've changed their tactics.
Good paddlers, experienced, and now the speed increases. See Ramalho stretching out his long arms in front of the Portuguese boat there. Spain easily following, perfectly positioned into the turn now.
Lucas and Bollinger on the right hand side.
663 there. Boros and Solti on the inside.
And the second Hungarian boat managed to move back into that leading group of 10.
Hope everyone recognized how good José Ramalho made it in this turn. He let Solti and Boros pass on the inside, had 2 meters or so from the turning boys, and that is the right thing to do, avoiding any kind of problems, any crashes, and that is beneficial for everyone, including the leading guys.
Yeah.
That's what it is all about in such big groups, avoiding incidents, avoiding crashes, and the more experienced guys know that, and we very, very seldom see any problems.
Yeah, it's been really good this weekend. We haven't seen any clashes anywhere, not even on the portage. I think the portage is nice and wide and long, that it gives everybody a fair opportunity to run over it.
And watch this now. Now it's Boros and Solti going very, very hard. Boros and Solti in top. We know their ability to just go for it. But usually they do it from a stage quite far behind the top group in the early stage of the race. But now they are in top.
Yep.
and stretching the group a bit.
Gregory and Smith with them.
As is Ramalho and Carvalho.
That's a shot there from the turnpike camera right across the river. We see very little change in the river levels over the 4 or 5 days we've been here. Being controlled by a dam about 5 k's below the town bridge here, effectively giving everybody a fair race. And then we come back up to the stream now, going past the 400-metre tree branch on the left.
Still Salty and Boros, and still
Gregory and Smith
yeah,
on the outside
Gregory and Smith.
in the yellow boat.
Quite well together again, all of them. Shifting positions, preparing for the turn. It's no portage this lap either. Good
So
diamond formed now,
Gregory and Smith move to the front again.
with Portugal on the left side and Hungary on the right. Ukraine 674. No, it was the Swedes. They are using blue dresses now. I recognize them by their faces.
Ah, right. Okay.
Yeah, they are. What happened there now?
Well,
Salty and Boros.
yes, I had a bit of a clash at the back with the French boat. Having just said that everybody's paddling fairly comfortably, they just got a little bit turned by the French boat there and swung out into the centre, but they've just come in wide. Bearing in mind there's no portage this time, so there's not any great need to make sure that you're close to the inside.
And Lindberg and Svensson had blue, not blue tracksuit actually,
Yeah,
but blue drinking bags,
Yeah.
large ones that looked like their tracksuits. So they are among the top group now, as expected. Nice to see.
Good job. The bag was team colours, Stefan, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Very, very thoughtful. Forward planning that. There was a turn. So I think that Boros decided to go out wide, and having done that, cut across the front of the French boat, and they didn't have anywhere to go but other than to push him out a bit more.
Or something like that. We'll see how the judges will look at that. No big accident. Oh, you see that? How France is pushing the aft of the Hungarian boat.
So the red and white marker on the bank is about 100 metres to the beginning of the portage, but they're going straight past this time, of course. Shot from the bridge as they go round past the portage.
And speed increases now into the turn.
So Morrow decides that it's time to get back in the front, as he's done most of his racing yesterday. coming round the turn.
With Italy on second position, Hungary on the inside now for the turn. Portugal perfectly positioned behind Italy. Also Great Britain good position there. As France increases their speed into the turn.
So both the Hungarian boats are in that top group now, Stefan. Mesros and Aranzol have caught up, and they're in that group, and they were on the outside actually. It may have been them that had the problem with the push out. Just going below us on the commentary, it's Russell and Duffield. They're following on behind the Spanish, two Danes, Belgium. So big change around on that turn, Stefan.
It is. It's France now. Lucas Boulanger in the lead, together with Solti and Boros. They are moving fast now. France and Hungary is really going for it.
Vizzini and
Italy
Vicinti in third place there.
and Spain. Julian and Fernandez. I think the four of them will be together quite soon, but France and Hungary is moving fast. Boros is looking over his shoulder. Where are Italy? Where are Spain? They are coming there. It's a little bit deceptive, this view. The gap is larger than it looks like. And now Solti and Boros is going, using this gap. Having get rid of Ramalho and Carvalho, I think they are pleased with that. Going for it now. Adrian Boros and Laszlo Solti, very endurant long distance paddlers, can do a lot of racing on their own, keep the speed high.
Just going past the bottom turn, boys, on the short lap. So Boros and Solti are really keeping on the pressure here. Julian and Fernandez working very hard to get back, and it looks like it might be down to 3 for the time being. So Lucas and Bollinger now taken over the lead, pushing along. So we're having completed 2 laps, we're on 3 now, 30 minutes into the race. Fourth boat's got plenty of room to go wide on the left. No problems at all in doing that. Going out wide to pick up the backwashes of the leading group. So that's a gap now of probably 150 metres. A bit difficult to judge from the camera shots, but a good 150 metres to that second group. So after a couple of laps of fairly steady state paddling without too much real effort, that second turn buoy at the top has given the opportunity to really break that group up, and it happened so quickly.
It was really no crashes, nothing.
No,
It was
that's
just
right.
just fair paddling around there.
Yeah.
They were adjusting positions before the turn and then just went for it.
So Julian and Fernandez are leading the group at the moment. Barash and Salty on the inside.
And
Barash is going forward now again.
And France on the outside there. 663. The speed is high. Now into the turn soon. Watch this now. Salty and Boris is not giving room. They didn't have to. They were close to both length before the others. And immediately France had to step down a bit.
Italian still
Nicely
hanging
done.
in there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Italy is still hanging in. And here comes the second group.
That's France leading the second group round the turn. That's Urban and Candy. Bit surprised that they're that bit far back at the moment, Stefan. I think that top turn split everybody up, didn't it? And
It really did.
Yeah. Second Hungarian boat, Mazaros and Aronzo, just going now to take up the lead of the second group.
I think Boros and Salty has everything to gain on keeping the speed up now.
Yeah.
They know themselves, they know that they are endurant, and as I said so, they stop paddling and letting France take over doing the job in front.
Yeah.
I also think France has the same
boats moved
ambition. Spanish boat moved there, but it was France that was moving fastest on the outside. And now they are preparing for positions for the first portage. The first portage soon coming up. Here is the accident once again. Yeah, such things happens. Something for the judges to look at.
I think they'd find that difficult to make a definitive judgment on that, Stefan.
It looked like Boris and Salty made a made a move themselves first, trying to use the gap there in between, and France had really nowhere to go. But that's the reason we have that's the reason we have course umpires alongside the course to judge such situations in a fair way. and they are not listening to us, so we can't affect them in any way at all.
Coming along to the 400 metre point to this first portage.
Spain, France, Hungary and Italy.
Spain, France, Hungary and the Italians have still in this then, Stefan. They've
and they seem
worked very well to come back there.
And they seem to ride this watch quite comfortable.
So coming into this portage, I think the get out point is a bit tight for 4 boats in the K2 race.
Yeah, it is.
We saw it comfortably in the K1, but I think it's going to be four boats in the K2 is going to be difficult. But we'll see how it pans out this first time round. Everybody's going to be on a bit of a learning curve here, I think.
Will be interesting to see how Spain is doing. If they are going as far as they can on the pontoon, then then it will be some problems for the others, because then France has on the outside has to slow down, and they must then move into Hungary. Otherwise, Hungary is quite well positioned there.
Hungarians are nicely positioned, of course, in there. Whatever the Spanish do, the Hungarians are going to be able to cover that, I think.
Absolutely.
So there's the 100-metre barrier.
Into the first portage.
We'll get a shot from the bridge in the moment as they come round the corner. There we go.
K2 portage, K2 men, seniors. Their first portage in the final race of the European Championships coming up now.
Shot moves to the top of the ramp. So as we thought,
They're leaving good room for everyone there.
Yeah.
A very fair portage, well done from Spain. No big effort from anyone. Staying well together over the portage here.
So they're actually running along a roadway here on the portage, which has been covered by some really good quality carpeting and very easy conditions. We've seen lots of the canoes dragging their boats along with no ill effect. So France who are leading at the moment on the portage, down the ramp, over a little humpy bit.
Everyone except Hungary took new drinks. Hungary following the team tradition from the ladies this morning, not using too much to drink.
Yeah, interesting move there. The Italians swapped their boat over on their shoulder to put it on the other side. Has that helped them? I don't think it probably has actually.
This is the second group. Second group is now 30 seconds behind, headed by Hungary. And there is Portugal as well, and France. 3 very good team in the second group as well, and Sweden is there.
Great Britain boat just into the
Sweden
water.
made a great move there, jumping quickly into their boat, and is now on the wash of Ramalho and Carvalho. And it's Mesharos and Arianosi from Hungary leading that group now, doing their best to keep the speed as high as possible, using any mistakes from the flying three. They are now in the top group. Down to three, Italy has finally been forced to
concede the front group. Yeah, they made a mistake on the portage.
Yeah, they made a mistake on the portage.
By trying to change over to the other side.
And they have lost their grip on the diamond now. So now the three of them can help each other to secure medals. But these guys in the second group won't let them do it for free. Because there, Mesros and Araniosi from Hungary is now letting Quentin Urban and Jeremy Candy take over the speed keeping position there. Very good crews, both of them. And of course also Ramalho and Cavallo from Portugal. And Sweden, we know I know these guys quite well, and they are endurant. If they can sustain the heat here today, they could really make a difference in that group as well.
Yeah.
Joachim Lindberg, that also is a very good cross-country skier, doing very long distances there in the cross-country skiing during winter time. The
So
long distance guy. Here's the top group then. A little bit of little deceptive image there. Italy is quite far behind now. It's 70-80 meters or so.
Difficult to understand why they went right out wide on the right hand side there, Stefan.
I think they are trying to pick the V-wash from the group in front.
Yeah, I understand that that's what they're trying to do, but I would have thought they should have gone on the other side, but there we are. Who am I to say? I'm only a commentator.
With a 40 years of experience or something like that from marathon racing, Jim. You probably have seen more marathon racing than anyone else in the world, actually.
That's probably quite true, yeah. So Boris is really pushing it on now, trying to keep this group of three, not letting the Italians get anywhere near them, I don't think. So you see we're into lap 4 of 8. 43 minutes running time at the moment.
So coming into the second portage, they are halfway into the race.
Roughly.
Where is Spain? Did you see where they go? Should see Julian and Miguel Fernandez.
No.
Something must have happened to them. They were doing great during the first 2 laps, but we haven't seen them since.
I think it's them that's leading, Stefan, actually. I think we've
yeah, there they are.
Misread that.
Yeah. Yeah, there they are. Of course.
So it looks as though we are rescue boats coming across to pick somebody up, and we wondered why the camera was showing you the reed beds, but clearly somebody's in trouble on the bank there. Not easy to get back in your boat when you fall out on this river, wherever you are. So Julian and Ferrandis are leading the pack at the moment, with the Lucas and Bollinger from France, and our old friends Boros and Solti from Hungary in the third place. Spanish are not pushing on at the moment. I think this is a lap of relaxing a little bit. That's the second French boat. We can just see the France on the front of the boat, so that's the second French boat is out to race. So that's Urban and Candy. Another bit of bad luck for them.
Yeah. Had bad luck also in Portugal in the end of May, where they sank in K1. Not all of them, but France were among the guys. France, Ireland and Sweden, I think, sank there.
Yeah.
Not a good start of this marathon season for France. But these guys in the front are doing well.
Yeah, so that's the only way out of it. Of the
seems like they lost their rudder.
It looks like they lost the rudder, doesn't it?
It's impossible to paddle these boats without a rudder.
Struggling to get up the bank. Hope he doesn't do anything silly that he's going to regret being demonstrated on the. See, lost his rudder.
Very upset about it. We haven't recognized any rocks or anything like that
No.
on this river, and this is out on the course. So I wonder what happened. Maybe a paddle under it or something like that.
Yeah.
That could happen. And racing got tight in big groups, and the paddle got stuck under the boat.
Yeah.
It's easy to lose a rudder.
So their teammates are leading the race at the moment, which probably won't make them feel any bit happier, I don't think, from their rough old situation they find themselves in. I think that's just getting a shot there of the group coming down to go round the bottom turn. That shot from the camera on a boat which is moored on the side of the bank by the bottom turn.
Miguel Lawrence and Louis Perez, 665. Had a bronze medal last year, Lawrence and Perez.
So Julian and Flanders comfortably leading the group of three. We haven't quite seen what's happened to the Italians yet. We've not had a shot of them, so we don't know where they are in relation to the front three. Clearly not making any inroads into them, otherwise we would have picked them up. This might give us an opportunity to see where they are. So back to that 400 metre tree on the side. It's very convenient that somebody put us back there for us. Stefan, we've known it every time this weekend. We know it's 400 to go.
Same pattern as we saw yesterday. Stéphane Boulanger like to do the hard work, or is forced to do it. Did most of the job in K1 yesterday, and then lost the medal in the sprint over the last portage. No big effort here. Exactly the same positions as the previous portage.
Right, they're just going past the Candy and stuck on the bank there with Urban. That's where the boat had trouble. That was a previous lap, obviously. Right, about 200 to the portage from here. Still no sight of the Italians in any of those shops. There's Stefan, so we're not really sure where they are at the moment.
We'll soon know when they pass the portage and pass the time providing system. Got some help from the British team leaders.
We've done that all our lives, Stefan. British people have helped people out all their lives, and look, there are out in the middle of the
especially
Croatia.
France, you mean?
I didn't say that. Oh, there's the Italians. So they're probably 200 meters behind now, I'd say. So the leading three boats are just coming to the 100-meter mark into this second portage.
Julian and Fernandez. Lucas and Boulanger on the inside and Salty Boros on the outside. Halfway into the race now, roughly.
Shot from the bridge again. Switch to the camera on the top of the ramp. Now, a bit easier this time, there's only three boats. So we're looking for the signal on the top of the right hand side of your screen, which give you the timing, we hope. It's not come up at the moment. So there it is, yeah, okay. Lots of support from the bank, fantastic.
All of them is taking new drinks now. Seems a bit crowded in that lane. Feeding lane is on the right side of the portage. All three of them well together. All three of them at the same side. Looked like it was a coordinated.
Well, I was going to say, it just looked like a dancing routine, didn't it? It's very good. So 40 seconds the Italians are behind.
Interesting to see how far behind the second group are to the Italians. Italy over the portage now. It's just 20 seconds.
20 seconds to the
Sweden. Sweden on 5th position, together with Portugal and Hungary. Sweden, Portugal and Hungary doing well now. The speed is set by Spain, and it's quite a high speed actually. They are moving fast.
So the Italians just round the turn. Going to be swallowed up by the three boats behind any moment, I think. Certainly down on this leg down to the bottom turn.
The second group is headed by Portugal now. They're helping each other, trying to keep the speed as high as possible. Ramalho and Carvalho setting the pace there.
It's the Hungarians on the far side, I think, Stefan.
Absolutely, and Sweden on the inner side. All three of them endurance paddlers. I think they will close the gap to the Italians quite soon. Camera is following the top group, but we can tell you that the speed of the second group is high enough now. Ramalho and Carvalho trying to close the gap to the Italians in front of them. And it's a long race, so these experienced guys know that if anyone fall out from the top three, it could pretty much be the case that they are totally worn out and impossible to get.
Yep.
So it's no such thing that giving up when you are in the second group in such a long race. And if anyone make a mistake, it could very well be a time penalty as well. So anything could happen.
That's the Norwegians just going through in 8th place over the start line, followed by Belgium, Velkums and Cox, with the Danish pair of Kumar and Madsen in 10th, and the British boat in 11th. Gregory doesn't look too clever in the front of the boat at the moment. I think he's been quite ill.
They did a lot during the first couple of laps.
Yeah.
Very offensive paddling from them there. You could see how Smith is supporting his friend by splashing some cold water on him. It is hot conditions out here, but the water is cold. The water is just 14, 15 centigrades. But I think it's hotter out there this evening than in the morning. And definitely, we are K2 racing, even if it's wet and they are splashing a lot, it's quite a high, intense kind of paddling.
Yeah, Lawrence and Perez from Spain went through in 12th place. And that's the Denmark young boys, I think, Stefan, you said. They're Holm and Drag Hansen.
Yes.
The Czech boat of the either brothers or cousins. Pavlik in the 13th place, with the British boat of Russell and Duffield in 14th. So that's all the paddlers now, I think, into the last half of the race. Lap 5 now, everybody's on lap 5. Running time just coming up to the hour.
And these young Danes are both from Silkeborg. Silkeborg that has 7 paddlers in the Danish team out of 13.
Very good.
A very strong marathon club, the Silkeborg club in Denmark.
For those who've been there, it's an ideal location, isn't it?
It is, especially for marathon paddling, a long marathon tradition.
Yeah.
One of the organizers of the Tour de Gudeno, that previously was a 2-day race, nowadays down to 1 day. Let's enjoy the top 3 now. Very relaxed paddling. Salty and Boros in front. Boros steering. Having done so many very good races together, these two.
very comfortably round the bottom turn. You would have seen the two boats that are moored on the turn there for the marshals or the judges to ensure that things are fair around the turn. In fact, that was the boat that that marshal there from that position made the judgment this morning about the Hungarian boat that went inside the buoys in the C2.
Salty and Boros leading. Last year they had a very successful year, winning the Europeans. They were second at the World Championships in South Africa. Only Hank McGregor and Jasper Mokke were before them, managing that position from quite an awkward position in the early stages of the race.
Yeah, Julian and Fernandez still leading the group. That's the second group going round the buoys now.
Salty and Boros also were second in the World's 2016, where also McGregor and Mokke won.
So Romano and Calviol on the inner side of the race, and they're just coming up to the Italians now. We made a judgment that it'd probably be half a lap to catch them up, and that's just about what they're doing. Your Swedish boys are doing well there, Stefan.
They are.
Yeah.
For first time they're racing together. These
Yeah.
guys, they are from two different clubs, but the clubs are quite close to each other, just in the same region of Sweden.
Okay. Yeah.
200 kilometers south from Stockholm, Norrköping region, eastern part of Sweden.
So the Hungarians moving out to go past Italy, swallow them up into the group.
See if they manage to hang on there. Could be difficult if you have given your best to stay in one group. It's hard to recover enough to be able to hang on when passing groups are traveling fast. Here's the top group again.
Wind's picking up nicely now, giving a bit of a cool breeze to the paddlers. Julian and Fernandez still taking the lead position as they come up to the voltage. It's about 200 to go from this position here. As the sun drops in the sky, the cameraman's having a job to focus through the reeds, through the sparkly water, You see the Spanish are still in a comfortable position there, leading the group on the inside. Coming across to our 100-meter marker. So what's your feeling, Stefan? They're going to sit together for the next three laps, then go for it on the last one?
I think so.
I don't think it doesn't look as though any of them are strong enough to do anything different, do it? Does it at the moment, or don't want to do anything different?
No, they have everything to gain to try to help each other, keep the speed up. Of course, they will be looking for any mistakes to use to split the gap further.
Oh, nearly a mistake there from the Spanish boy. Nearly got his blade caught underneath the pontoon, but managed to recover. So are they going through the drinking lane, or? Yeah, they're all moving over to the right hand side as they're running along the track. No, but the Hungarians have decided not to. In fact, there was an offer for the Hungarian boat to have the drinks handed over the fence, which is not allowed, of course. Otherwise everybody would be doing that. So down the ramp. Not quite as coordinated entry into the water that time. That's given Lucas and Bollinger that little edge going out. They've got themselves 20 metres on the top turn.
See if they will try to use this gap. Might be a little bit too early. They're watching over the shoulder. Their shoulder there now. They decide to go for it. It will be quite interesting to see how that develops, because it's still a long way to go, and being alone in front is really challenging. The gap doesn't increase in the top, but it is a couple of boat lengths, and now Spain and Hungary are moving fast to close it, not letting France increase the gap, and they will soon be together again.
So we're on lap 6 now. As
and
the
second group is 1 minute behind now, a little bit more than 1 minute behind. Headed by France, Italy is there, and Sweden. Also Portugal. Also that group spread out a little bit over the portage, with Hungarians doing the best run.
It's the second Hungarian boat are in that
Mesararos and Aranyosil.
So the second group, we are Hungary, Italy, the Swedish boys with Romario and Golo from Portugal in the fourth in that group. Changing around a bit.
Hungary in the second group now. Hungary is moving fast. The only ones that is capable enough to hang on is Italy, as it seems. Ramalho sees the danger and they increase the speed, and the Swedes are on the Portuguese watch, and they will all four be together quite soon. Top group again, with Solti and Boros. I think this race is exactly developing the way they want.
Yeah, indeed.
the winners of last year. They had a silver medal at the Europeans 2015 and 2 silver medals also in the Worlds,
Right.
2016 and 2017.
So Morten Mind and Daniel Zabel from Norway going through in 8th place.
This is the second group, Italy in the lead. They are well together now, the second group. Hungary, second position there, and Portugal and Sweden.
Back to the front. Boris is pushing it on again. Very flat conditions out there today, Stefan. That's the best we've seen it over the weekend, isn't
Absolutely,
it?
absolutely.
In the afternoon race.
But it's warm. It's really warm.
Yeah. That's the Danish boys of Kamala Madsen, 9th, with the Great Britain team of Magnus Gregory and Charlie Smith in 10th, and the Belgian boat of Badkums and Dan Cox in 11th. Lawrence and Perez from Spain are going through the
Interesting formation on the screen now on the second group. They could easily form a diamond there, but Portugal is not moving up to the wash of Hungary, forcing Sweden to struggle a bit behind there. Once again, tactics from Ramalho. He's comfortable there. Wash hanging on both the wash of Hungary and Italy, and making Sweden struggle a bit.
Yeah.
The true tactician, José Ramalho, saw him managing the race yesterday marvelously, exactly the way he planned to do it.
13th through the marker gate is the Czech boat. We're not quite sure whether they're brothers or cousins of Pavlik, with the British boat of Russell and Duffield in 14th. So not a lot of changes in the back marking situation in that last lap.
And watch the face there of Stéphane Boulanger. He looked very, very comfortable there. They all look comfortable.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
Not at all exhausted, not affected as it seems, any of them.
Very few of them, well, less than half wearing hats. Yeah, I find it a bit surprising. Well, I would do really with a bald head. I mean, you have to wear a hat, don't you?
On the other hand, hats take away a little bit of the opportunity to cool the head by the wind and the water, so everything is
Right.
judgment.
Comfortably round the bottom turn again in lap 6. Now, I think it's time for you to give your explanation of these boats on the turn, boys, Stefan.
These old traditional river boats here, made of a single piece of wood, a big chunk of tree, and different sizes of them. Those ones at the turns are really big, can carry up to 10 persons or so. Have been used on the Neretva River for 1,000 years, more or less. In the spring they do have races with these, harvest races with these boats, using these boats, and they are paddling them. And here is the second group, Sweden, doing the work there. back to the first group again. Boros said yesterday that the most disturbing during that race was the sun in the eyes in the late afternoon,
Right.
in the last couple of laps.
Yeah, really loud in the sky,
Yeah.
isn't it?
He had to use sunglasses, and he don't like that. Some paddlers are affected by sunglasses, affecting the balance, and if you're not used to it, it's difficult. Second group again. They should form a nice little diamond and use appropriate.
Go for it, shouldn't you?
Yeah, and use
Yeah.
appropriate marathon tactics to try to stay as close as possible to the group in front of them.
I think the Italians have been a bit revitalised by
Yeah.
joining together again with a group.
Forming such a diamond, then the one that is pulling is should do it for a couple of 100 meters, and then fall back to the diamond position, and any of the others coming up. Now they are doing that, at least almost. Could be a little bit difficult when the leading guy is choosing to go very close to the bank. I really wonder if that is beneficial on this river. It's so little flow.
Yeah. Coming past my 400 metre marker. So we're on 6 of 8. 1 minute 18 on the running clock. It's going to be close to the 2 hour mark, I think.
Boros and Boulanger both did a tough race yesterday.
Indeed.
We have seen over the weekend that it affects them more than usually because of the heat. These guys seem to be fresh enough.
$200 meters from here to the portage.
You won't see any big efforts on this portage either. They are comfortable, all of them, to stay together, helping each other. Will be another story in a couple of laps. Entering their 6th lap now.
No, we're on lap 6.
Yeah, we are
definitely. Two to go. 2 full laps to go from here. Past the 100 metre marker, shot from the road bridge as they come round that bend. You get a good idea of the geography from that shot.
beautiful Neretva Valley.
So come be a shot from the top of the ramp as they boys land now.
Good sportsmanship there, good room for everyone.
So they decided to give you a good impression of the running scope, which is a good move really. That's see a gradual climb up. It's probably 5 meters lift up onto the road.
Quite tough to do that if the speed had been high into the portage. Running nice and easy over the portage. No big attempt from anyone. Talking to each other, shouting a little bit. Take it easy now. Being coordinated. Salty and Boris made a slight effort in the end of the pontoon there, downhill, just to create a good position for themselves into the water again. All of them looked comfortable enough. Boris and Salty setting the speed. They looked inspired in the downhill running, shouting a bit to each other. Quite interesting. They're traveling fast now. Feeling they are rested enough, maybe. But they will stay together for this lap as well. Second group, 1:43 now. After, they won't close the gap. The gap is increasing. You will understand that. They are not working very well together in the diamond as they should.
Mazaros and Anarossi from Hungary taking the long run down to the end of the portage with Portugal next to them, and then the Swedish boys and the Italians.
Sweden struggling a little bit out from the pontoon. Could have done that better. Once again Hungary is setting quite a high speed after the portage. Good runners. A quick jump into the boat. Sweden managed to get on the wash, on the outside wash of Portugal there. The same pattern as the previous portage. Hungary moving fast, and Sweden and Portugal has to try to close the gap. And Italy is losing ground now.
Norwegian boat next into the water at the end of the portage. Morten Mind and Daniel Salvo.
Interesting to see the tactics of Ramalho once again now. He is making life hard for Sweden. He went out on the right hand side of Hungary just because Sweden was on his right side, making them suffer. All the right moves, all small little details, but it pays off in the long run. Not only creating, he's not only creating benefits for himself, he's also using tactics to tire his fellow competitors out. Just the way you should do as an experienced marathon paddler. José Ramalho. Here's the top group, Spain. They are All of them still looking very comfortable. The top 11 now on the screen.
That's Kramer and Madsen from Denmark in the 9th position, with the Belgian boat of Coombs and Cox in 10th, and the British boat of Smith and Gregory 11th.
They were really paddling very offensive, the British guys in the first 2 laps.
That's right. Well, it's all a new experience. You haven't done it before.
I like that.
Yeah,
They're giving it a try.
Yeah, we've seen that. We've seen that quite a few times, haven't we? Where people don't know what they're doing in terms of what it's like and how it's going to work out. They get out there, they give it as full whack, and if it doesn't work out, well, you've learnt something, and it might do next time.
It's really the only way to get better. Try to be offensive. Second group are all 4 together again. Italy managed to close the gap.
Right, a bit surprising.
Yes.
I think they would get back. Did you, Stefan?
Meeting some waves from all the boats out there on the course. That's also part of the game.
Yeah, we're on lap. Just to remind you, we're on laps 7 of the 8 at the moment. Yeah.
Bottom turn, nice and easy. Crowns leaving good room for everyone. And why shouldn't they? Salty were looking over his shoulder. I wonder what he was looking at. No one coming close behind. But that's hard to know when you're in the top group. Heading for the second last portage. From now on, I think racing will be a little bit more intense.
Yep.
They will try to use any mistakes from their fellow competitors to gain advantage. All of them looking fresh, not close to exhaustion in that group, any of them. Adrenaline start to pick up in the body, in their bodies. All very eager for the gold. In such a situation you're not nervous in the boat but very concentrated. Try to build up as much concentration as possible, as much adrenaline as possible, to really use it when the opportunity appears. Spoke to Boris yesterday on the tactics. He said he had no specific tactic yesterday. He was happy to be able to be in the top group already from the start, and then his tactic was just to try to use any opportunity.
Right.
Hang on and use the opportunity. Second group.
So Mario leading that at the moment.
Sweden on the outside. Italy following. And Hungary behind Sweden on the outside of Italy. Third group. Great Britain, Belgium, Denmark.
Norway have paddled the whole race on their own, really. Stefan been stuck in the middle a bit, and see Morten Min's really had his hair cut. He's almost gone from long locks to a bald.
To the extreme to another.
Yeah.
Soon into the second last portage.
The old pace is picking up a little bit here, Stefan.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's hard to hold back when you're feeling good.
Yeah.
In such a group. You know what you could do. You know you have the strength. Boris and Salty increasing the speed now a bit into the portage. I think we'll see them running quite fast now. Testing a little bit. Could be significant for the tactics on the last long lap.
Yep.
And into the final portage. Definitely so. Now they are moving fast. They're going quite fast now. Boris and Salty, Spain on the outside. They want to have the initiative into this portage. Hungary. Boris is trusting his ability to run. We know that from the K1 yesterday.
100 to go. Oh, that sun's really low in the sky now, isn't it? And almost impossible to see what's happening. They're just coming round the bend now and straight into the shot from the portage. Cameramans have got to go for that, I think.
It's absolutely so that they want to try something here, because they were choosing a very, very short portage and at the end of the pontoon. He fall in.
Dear, oh dear.
France had another accident. He fall in. It's probably over for France. It's done. They need to empty the boat, and they lose a lot of ground now. And Hungary is going for it now. Hungary has created a gap for themselves. We saw Boros and Salty preparing for that in the quite early stages before the portage, and now they are going for it. And the gap is increasing. Spain is off. I think this is done now. It was a decisive move from Hungary, taking the initiative into the portage, and now it's full speed ahead. Full speed ahead for Salty and Boros. They have a gap. It's 50 meters. It's 60. It's 70. And now Spain is back in the boat again. Something must have happened also for Spain, because France had a swim and had to try to stop to empty the boat. Did you see what happened to Spain?
I think it was a question of the rudder on being dragged along the boat, along the pontoon.
For Spain?
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's what probably caused a problem for...
So they had to stop and adjust it?
Well, no, I think that's what caused France to fall in. So that's... we probably get a recap of that.
Watch Salty and Boros now. They are going for it, full speed ahead, with one more long lap to go. There's no rest anymore. They're just trying to increase the gap, and the gap is now 100 meters or so. We see if we can get a timing on them here. Spain on the second position, looking over the shoulder. It's 43 seconds. 43 seconds now. An amazing move from Hungary there. They gained 43 seconds over the portage, and less than 500 meters paddling.
Yeah. So the Spanish boys are taking off the pace, and they're waiting for France to catch them up. They probably feel that there's no point in trying to stay ahead of them. Next group over, and Sweden in 4th place now, Stefan.
Yeah.
That's
Sweden doing very well. They're running fast now, creating a slight gap for themselves. Into the boat, Portugal is also there. It will be Sweden and Portugal, and Hungary, of course, as well. And the same pattern as the previous portage, Italy has to catch up. But now it's Sweden leading. Sweden, not Hungary this time. All three well together, Sweden, Portugal and Hungary. 4th, 5th and 6th position.
yeah. But the Italians are just hanging in there at the moment in 7th.
Quite intense racing also in the second group, in the second final portage.
I think Italy are going to catch up. They look comfortable when they're coming round the turns there, Stefan. I think they're going to just try to gradually make it way back. So they're moving out to the side wash, aren't they, straight away?
Sweden was going hard there, and they are shouting on their fellow competitors to help, and they do. And watch these two. An amazing move.
Yeah.
We saw that happen from 400 meters before the portage or so, where they took the initiative and kept it, and then were choosing the end of the pontoon, the beginning of the pontoon.
Right, so we're just going to have a recap now of what's happened on the portage.
Yeah, we saw.
Yeah.
You were right. They were dragging the boat on the pontoon.
Yeah. So they didn't. The Spanish didn't lift their boat out. They were dragging it along, and then as they went past the French, the boat pushed him into the river.
Yeah.
Lucky.
carefully planned, not that accent of course, but the portage as such, carefully planned by Boros, 400 meters before the portage, choosing the corner of the pontoon and not letting the others pass. That made it for them. Top 12 now, the third group in the portage. It's Norway, it's Denmark, it's Belgium, and it's Spain. And Great Britain, of course. Back to the flying two in front. It just keep on going in full speed ahead.
Quite an amazing rate there, setting there, Stefan.
Yeah, absolutely so.
Yeah. Do you think they've got something to prove or something, or why they're doing that? They could just stop paddling for a minute or so and still win by a long way.
I think they feel comfortable.
Yeah. Perhaps they've got to rush to get the plane to get home or something. That's why they're trying to get back first. What do you think about Boris's paddling there? Would you say that was pretty short at the moment?
Yeah, but
is that because of his fast rate?
A little bit unusual technique, but his strokes are very powerful, quite short.
Yeah, short and powerful.
Short strokes, but powerful. A little bit unusual for a marathoner to use that, but it's also very good for river racing.
Yeah.
So a little bit like
not reaching down the boat, is he? He's getting the blade in as quickly as he can.
Yeah.
So round that bottom turn for the last time for Hungary. Czech Republic and Great Britain over the portage.
And here's the race for the silver medal. Spain and France, both unlucky at the previous portage. But it seems like Spain saved the rudder. They can steer.
Yeah, their team on the portage were checking the rudder to make sure it was all right, because the Spanish knew what they'd done, but they weren't sure whether the rudder had been damaged or not. I think that's a good scenario with the organisation here, that they've made the edge of the pontoon safe as well,
yes,
and knowing that people can run their boat along it without having any trouble. They spent a lot of time on this technical detail here.
Yeah, very good organisation, proving the ability of Croatia to organise such major events. It's actually the first time Croatia is organising European Championships or a major sport event in general. So they were very eager to be successful, and I must say they have quite limited resources, but a very good event. And the weather have been excellent as well.
Looks like the French are trying to establish a bit of a powerful entry into the turn. So here we have Boris and Salty coming up with the 400 to go to the portage.
Just 400 meters to go to the final portage of these European Championships, and it's Hungary, Salty and Boros that is leading the K2 men into the final portage. Let's have some fun now. The final portage of these European Championships, and it's Hungary, Adrian Boros and Laszlo Salty heading for another gold medal. They had a gold medal 2017, a silver 2015 together, and 2 silver medals in the World Championships 2016 and 2017. And here they are heading for a gold medal in the European Championships 2018. Laszlo Salty and Adrian Boros with just a couple of 100 meters to the final portage. And then the interesting race on the silver medal between France and Spain.
There's about 200 to go from here. Those paddlers you saw just in the background have been overtaken and lapped in this final run into the portage.
And they keep on going in a very high speed, inspired by the crowd alongside the course. Soon into the portage now. Enjoy the real champs of these championships this evening. Laszlo Salty and Adrian Boros in the opposite order in the boat. Boros is first and Salty is aft. Having done so many good races together.
100 meters to go.
100 meters to go in this wonderful sunshine. The sun in their back. And the sun directly into the camera lens. And here's the race for the silver medal. It's Stéphane Boulanger and Lucas Edwin from France leading in the race for the silver. But now we are enjoying Adrian Boros and Laszlo Salty in their final portage, and cheer them up. Here they are, the European champions heading for another gold medal to Hungary.
Getting some good support from the crowd on the bank here this afternoon.
And the camera moves to the race for the silver medal. It's France and it's Spain. France making the most out of it, moving alongside the pontoon there.
Yeah, much quicker out that time, Stefan. So the France are got commanding position as they come up the ramp and onto the flat.
They have, they are quite close together still. Race for the silver medal. It's France, it's Spain. Over the portage now. This long portage side by side. Stéphane Boulanger and Lucas Edwin, together with José Julien and Miguel Fernandez. Heat is on for the silver medals. Very coordinated there. Little bit of an advantage for France. See if they will try to use that. Full speed ahead. Not really. Spain will be able to close that gap, while Boros and Salty just keep on going. 39 seconds before the second group in the portage, and I think it's a little bit more now. Salty and Boros heading for the gold, while France and Spain.
Bit of a tactical move over this last kilometre.
Absolutely so.
Yeah.
No one is doing anything really decisive. Watching each other. This will be a very close in sprint, I think.
Yeah. The French got a better history on 1,000-metre paddling on this, you know, Stefan, or are we going to find that out in a minute?
As far as I know, they are quite good 1,000-metre paddlers. I don't know about Spain. The gap continue to increase, whilst Boros and Salty keep on going. You can see the splashes from their paddles glittering in the sunshine when they are heading into their final turn of this European Championships. As the winds start to pick up from the opposite direction that we are used to, they will be heading the wind into the finish line.
So the second group over the portage, with Portugal just leading from Spain.
From Sweden.
From Sweden, sorry. They've caught up the Norwegians, Italian there, and then Hungary.
So Portugal on the 4th position, Sweden on 5th. Looks like Sweden are... they will keep on the Portuguese watch there. Ramalho are choosing to go very, very close to the buoy, forcing Sweden to the back of their boat, creating one boat length advantage for himself. And now the race for the silver medal is on.
They're round the turn.
Still no big attempt. France keeping the initiative. They look strong, France.
300 to go.
We should see Salty and Boros here somewhere now, coming out from the glittering sunshine. There they are, the shot from the drone hanging right in front of us with 100 meter more to go. Adrian Boros and Laszlo Salty heading for another gold medal to themselves. One of the best K2s in the world now, and the absolute dominant one in Europe. European champions K2 men, Adrian Boros and Laszlo Salty. Fantastic race from these two, and now focusing the race for the silver. And as we thought, it's France that took the initiative over the portage and kept it all along the final short lap. It's France having a silver medal, good for them. Then Spain the bronze. Finally France had a success, making a medal for themselves, in spite of being unlucky many times this season. Also Spain are really pleased with their bronze medal. And stay tuned, because we have also a very good race on the 4th and 5th position, and we will have an interview quite soon with Hungary that are looking quite relaxed.
good to see all the paddlers shaking hands and congratulating each other on that. Difficult to pick out who's coming round the bend next in the sun. So that's the cameraman who was down at the bottom turn, coming back to get his pint of beer.
And now we can see the fourth and fifth position with just 150 meters more to go. It's really hard to see in the sunshine. It's Portugal. It's Portugal on the fourth position, and fifth Sweden. Portugal and Sweden moving fast now with just 50 meters more to go. It's Portugal fourth, and Sweden fifth. Joachim Lindberg and Emil Svensson. I think they are pleased with this position.
Morten Mind and Daniel Sabel from Norway over in sixth place. The Italian boat of Vicini and Bussanini in seventh. Hungary with Mazzarotti and Aranzo in eighth. So Stefan's gone down to the bank to see if he can have an interview with the winning boat. So the shot of the British boat of just going past the 100-metre mark. Magnus Gregory, Charlie Smith. Back view from the camera that's on the boat of the Belgian team of Coombs and Cox.
Laszlo Solti and Adrian Boros, congratulations. What a fantastic race.
Thank you very much. Yeah, this was a very fantastic race. We had a very difficult preparation for this race, so we had a lot of work for this because our main aim for this year is the world, and we would like a very good race too, and there.
To create some respect for the South Africans, to be a little bit scared of you.
Yes, yeah, we think so, and we would like beat Hank again.
Before he finished?
Yeah, before he finished.
That sounds great, but concentrating on this race, you looked very comfortable all through the race.
Yeah, my feeling was great all the way to the race, and I think this was my almost the easiest race in my life. But everyone was really tough, like the new Spanish combination and I think new French combination. They were really strong all the way too, but we could manage to break away from them. So well done for everyone, and they did a great job.
They did, and you did a great job. We saw when you took the initiative 400 meters before the final portage, and we were predicting you were choosing the end of the pontoon and just squeeze them a bit and then run.
Yeah, our tactics was that before the race, in the first stage of the race, we wanted to rest on the washes, and we speak with each other before the last run. We try to push it hard, and that's going well.
Yeah, it certainly did. You created a nice gap for yourself. Both France and Spain had an accident. Were you aware of that?
Yeah, I saw them. One of the Spanish guy was vomiting or puking at the bottom turn, and I saw that, and we just used the French who did some mistakes, so we tried to use that, and we could manage to break away.
And you just went incredible high speed, also when you were alone.
Yeah, it was really hard, but wasn't as fast as what we can. So I think if we training more together, we can going faster.
Even faster. It will be very nice to meet you at the World Championships. Once again, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Is he going to have a chat with the...
Two very happy silver medalists. Congratulations, finally a medal.
Thank you. It's a good day for Stefan and me. After a fast start, we go on the lead, and at the last portage, it's not good for me and Stefan. Stefan go on the water, and after we played just for the second place.
Yeah, we could see that. What happened at the final portage?
The final portage, it's we are just two boats, and we want just assure the third place, so second or third place.
Yeah, but when you fall in, what happened?
It's not a good moment, and but I must go. And let's go for restart quickly.
Yeah, you have had some bad luck, but finally you got a medal. You were running very strongly after emptying the boat, and then just went for it. Was your tactics then to keep the initiative all way around the final short lap?
or yes, in final short lap, we prefer lead and ask for the attack.
So will you continue to prepare now, the two of you, for the World?
Yes, I think, but it's not my. It's not me for the decision. It's Nicolas Parguel, the director, and I think it's good for the World Championship. Yeah.
Yeah, you seem to be a successful K2. Congratulations, France!
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
So Stefan's had a good old chat there with the Hungarians and the French. I'm sure we're going to get a little backup story in a minute about the problems on the portage, and Stefan's just coming back over now. While we were seeing that, we saw the last 2 or 3 paddlers boats coming over the line. 1 or 2 of them slightly in a distressed situation. The Belgian boys didn't look too well, and they've been escorted over to the other side by the rescue boat, but they didn't look too serious. So Stefan's just come back, so he's just going to perhaps he could just give us a word about the thought on the portage, which is obviously a major part of the last lap of the race there.
Yeah, it was. As we heard Adrian Boros tell us, at a final bottom turn, he saw one of the Spanish guys puking all over himself and the boat, and then he realized that they were a little bit more tired than they looked like when they were paddling, and that they were having some problems. And so he decided to go for it 400 meters before the portage. They felt very comfortable, and he also said something very interesting. They could have done much more.
Right.
I don't know if that was tactics towards the South Africans to scare them off a bit, but because it seems to be their ultimate goal to try to beat Hank McGregor and Jasper Mokke before Hank McGregor retired.
Yes, indeed. Yeah.
But
must be a nice target to have in life, mustn't it?
Yeah, absolutely so. Amazing guys, and the French guys were also very, very happy, and hope to be able to paddle at the Worlds as well.
Yeah, good. Right, so I think that's the end of the racing today. I think from what I can see, everybody's off the course now, Stefan.
Everybody's off the course, and the European Championships is almost over. The racing is over. Now it's only the prize giving ceremony for this final category that will be within 15 minutes or so behind us here. But it's time for us to wrap this up and heading for home.
They'll also be handing over the flag to next year's country who's hosting the event, and that's France next year.
It is France, and that will be an interesting course as well, an interesting game. The 22nd and around the end of July, 22nd to 24th, I think it is. I think it's actually in the middle of France.
It is. It's a location which is not too close to airports, but sounds like a nice drive for a week's holiday in France.
Absolutely so, and in another beautiful area, another small village. It's so many of them in Europe. Remember Buchin, where we were in Slovenia, 2015, Pontevedra in Spain, also quite a small town. This place, and last year in Ponte de Lima, small cities with a lot of beauty and very friendly people and good organizations, and Europe is really fantastic. As is the rest of the world, but this is European, so we can speak on Europe now.
Yeah, indeed.
And so we have had 4 fantastic racing days here, enjoying good organization, enjoying the friendly atmosphere, and enjoying good racing.
Yeah, And next year the first World Cups, which is a prelude to the World Championships the following year over in Oslo. So that haven't been to Scandinavia for a few years, so that's be nice to get everybody out there.
Yeah, Bærum, Oslo, on the outskirts of Oslo, also a very beautiful and nice area.
Yeah,
and hopefully friendly people as well.
Okay, Stefan, I've got to go and do a presentation.
Thank you,
area,
Jim,
so
for wonderful days. It's always nice to work together with you, and for all of you listening to this, having stayed tuned for many hours over these 4 days. Thank you for listening to us and accepting our mistakes, and especially my misuse of the English language. I used to say that bad English is the most common language spoken in the world, so I got my confidence from that.
Yeah.
It has been a great racing days, as said, and we will be back.
Yeah, thanks, Stefan, and goodbye to everybody who's listening. Okay, bye-bye.
Goodbye.
ceremony will begin in 5 minutes. So please come and join us at the podium to say cheerio to everybody who've enjoyed this wonderful few days in this wonderful location.
Čuli ste kolegu iz Londona. Dakle, za 5 minuta će krenuti svečana podjela medalja na ovoj zaista fantastičnoj lokaciji od kod nas u gradskom parku Metkoviću. Pa dođite, pridružite nam se da krenemo sa svečanom podjela medalja i sa završnom ceremonijom zatvaranja europskog natjecanja u Metkoviću u kajaku i kanuu.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have the closing speeches from the organisation and the European Canoe Association.
Evo najavlja gospodina Marka Čurkovića, predsjednika Hrvatskog saveza, sa nekoliko riječi.
Dragi sportaši i sportašice, drage Metkovke i Metkovci, draga djeco koju vidim ovdje u velikom broju, dragi svi nazočni, srdačno vas pozdravljam u ime Hrvatskog kajakaškog saveza koji je organizator ovog velikog međunarodnog natjecanja. Evo, došli smo do kraja. Mi kao organizatori smo u razgovoru sa svim sudionicima dobili informacije da je ovo prvenstvo organizirano, izvedeno na najbolji mogući način. Zato smo zadovoljni i zahvalni svim ljudima koji su sudjelovali u ovoj organizaciji, organizacijskom odboru na čijem čelu je bio Ivica Popović, tu su bili Ante Mate i svi ostali, svi su odradili dobar posao i mi im se zahvaljujemo. Također volonterima se zahvaljujem i volonterima koji su svoj posao ozbiljno shvatili i dobro odradili. Zahvaljujem se i sigurnosti i liječničkoj službi i svim ostalim službama koje su na najbolji mogući način reagirali i vrlo brzo rješavali probleme kojih na sreću nije bilo puno, ali su ih dobro riješili. Dragi naši gosti, dragi ljudi iz europskog prostora, 25 reprezentacija, mnogi od vas ste bili prvi put danas ovog natjecanja u Metkoviću. Vidjeli ste što ovo znači, šta je ova rijeka, šta je gostoljubivost i vrijednost ovoga grada. Ja se nadam da to vaš zadnji put neće biti. Vi ste vidjeli što je to, vi ste osjetili sve to što treba kajaku i ja se nadam da ćete doći i na sljedeća natjecanja koje mi kao Kajakaški savez zajedno sa suorganizatorom ovog prvenstva želimo organizirati i dobiti ovdje ponovo na ovoj rijeci. Idemo možda svjetske kupove, svjetsko prvenstvo. Mi ćemo sa gradonačelnikom, ekipom koja će donijeti odluke ovoga, napraviti jednu strategiju, vidjeti kako će se to sve skupa moći realizirati. Ja sam uvjeren da će mnogi sudionici ovoga prvenstva dolaziti ovdje na pripreme u onim mjesecima, ranim 1., 2. i 3. mjesecu kada je vrijeme za pripreme. Oni znaju ovo što su vidjeli šta imamo, oni su čuli o tome da je klima u ono vrijeme kad su pripreme ovdje dobra i nadam se da će dolaziti i da ćemo im pružiti svu potporu da uživaju i da dobro pripreme svoje sportaše na ovoj prekrasnoj rijeci. Eto, još jedanput izražavam zadovoljstvo sa svime što smo učinili i ja ću vas još jednom pozdraviti i zahvaliti se svima koji su na bilo koji način pridonijeli ovom velikom uspjehu. Hvala vam lijepo.
Zahvaljujemo se našem predsjedniku Marku Čurkoviću na ovakvom lijepim riječima na zatvaranju. I sada bih najavio našega dragog prijatelja Alberta Woodson, predsjednika Europske Canoe organizacije, da se obrati za par riječi. Come on, Albert.
Ladies and gentlemen, first of all, a very big round of applause for our new European champions from this weekend. Thank you to all the organisers, all the volunteers. Thank you to the Croatian Canoe Federation for applying for these championships. And thank you to the local people for all the work they have done to make this such a great success. Thank you to the television for producing fantastic images of our sport on the television. Well done to them too. But above all, thank you to the people of Metković for making us so welcome here in this lovely city. Thank you.
Zahvaljujem se građanima Metkovića koji su tako dali dobrodošlicu svim natjecateljima ovih dana.
And I would like to ask my Secretary General, Branko Lovrić, to present a plaque to the Mayor of Metković for his part in the organisation and all the people on their behalf to collect this plaque.
Evo, on je sada zamolio našeg tajnika Branko Lovrića da gradonačelniku našem Daliboru Milanu da jednu ovu za uspomenu da ima gore u gradskim prostorijama.
Now we continue with the prize giving. Thank you.
Eto, još jedan put srdačna zahvala i na lijepim riječima našim organizatorima.
Ladies and gentlemen, the medal presentation K2 Men Senior will begin.
Dame i gospodo, svečana podjela medalja u kategoriji K2 muškarci juniori može početi.
Ladies and gentlemen, the medal presentation K2 Men Senior.
Dame i gospodo, svečana dodjela medalja bit će uz pomoć našega gradonačelnika Dalibora Milana. Aplauz za njega i za našu Žaklinu Marević, dožupanicu Županije Dubrovačko-neretvanske.
The bronze medal for Spain.
Brončana medalju za Španjolsku donijeli su Jose Julian i Miguel Fernandez. Čestitamo im. Uz našu dožupanicu i našu gradonačelnika koji daju medalje. Jednu ružu za uspomenu da će i team leader from the Hungary. Robert Weiss. Bravo, čestitamo.
The silver medal for France.
Srebrnu medalju za Francusku osvojili su Edwin Lucas i Stefane Boulange. Čestitamo Edwinu i Stefanu.
Ma via voglio decorato.
And the first place and European champions from Hungary.
Prvo mjesto i zlatna medalja za Mađarsku donijeli su Adrian Boroš i Laslo Sejdi. Hungary. Evo, njihov trener i čestita.
Ladies and gentlemen, will you please stand for the national anthem of Hungary?
Dame i gospodo, uspjeli moj pošljemo još jedan put, zadnji put u našem parku, nacionalnu himnu Mađarske.
Congratulations, gentlemen. Let's have some of those nice photographs.
Čestitamo pobjednicima. Evo malo zajedničko slikanje za uspomenu i za naše medije. Just a moment.